I brought you Moby Dick. It's an original from 1942.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
The story about Free Willy.
Well, you can call me Ishmael.
I have a 1965 Danelectro Longhorn bass owned by John Entwistle of The Who.
Seriously?
One of his first basses that he ever owned.
That is amazing. The Who is one of the greatest rock bands ever.
Rick kicks off the episode already boiling over, snapping on the phone about a vanished shipment like the mail personally betrayed him. Corey tries to play peacekeeper and suggests looping in Antoine, but Rick's rant about modern delivery chaos instantly locks in the episode's mail mayhem vibe.
I'm just saying I did not receive it, okay? It was 5 days ago I ordered this. Why do I not have my books? All right, I will call you back in 10 minutes. I will check.
A seller calmly presents a signed first edition Wizard of Oz, casually mentioning it predates the book's cultural explosion. Rick's eyes light up until the rough condition slams the brakes. Value and damage collide fast, and the tension is immediate.
Brought you another very exciting book, The Wizard of Oz, first edition.
You mean The Wonderful Wizard of Oz?
Well, that depends on what price you paid for it, so.
The seller swings big with a $10,000 ask, and Rick wastes no time pointing out water damage like a seasoned buzzkill. He calls in expert Rebecca, making it clear he's not letting excitement outrun common sense just yet.
The earliest copies of the book, and also it is signed by the author, and I think that really adds to its rarity.
Let me get Rebecca down here so we can figure out what this thing is worth.
The vibe shifts when a pristine boxed He-Man figure hits the counter, instantly unlocking Corey's childhood memories. The seller knows exactly what he has, an 8-back version, and that $1,000 price tag snaps Corey back to reality.
Do you still collect these, or?
No, I have all my old toys from when I was a kid, but this is the only one that's unopened, so it's the only one that really has any value. What I can tell you about it is it's what's called the 8-back.
Corey steps into full expert mode, pushing back with confidence and dropping a $500 counter like he's done this 100 times. The seller walks, but Corey's smug victory lap proves pride sometimes matters more than closing a deal.
This is a really good toy. It's got a few condition issues, but we could easily get $600, maybe even $700.
And how would you know that?
Check the prices every once in a while. Let me negotiate here, Rick.
You know what? If you know about it, you know about it.
Rebecca examines the Oz book and confirms its massive place in American pop culture before casually detonating the bombshell. It's signed. Her genuine excitement cuts through the damage, instantly reframing the book as something truly special.
You can see this was put together with tape that was not archival. It was very, very acidic, and it's left all of these marks here.
Then comes the emotional whiplash. Restored, the book could hit $30,000, but right now it's a tough sell. The killer detail is the acidic tape used in a botched restoration, and Rebecca's disappointment feels almost personal.
There will be people who want it. However, given the shape that it's in, people are going to lowball you. The only way you're going to realize something is if it gets cleaned up more with restoration. And that can get really expensive too.
Rick throws out a cautious $3,000 offer, treating the book like a risky science experiment. The seller can't stomach the loss after sinking over $6,000 into it, and his Oz-themed exit line is clever but clearly frustrated.
You know, I don't mean to beat you up, but I'd risk $3,000 on it. I wouldn't risk no more. And I know it doesn't sound like a lot of money, but it's going to turn into a 2-year project for me. That's the problem.
I understand.
A towering Turbo Drive 2 arcade prototype rolls in, immediately dwarfing the shop and demanding attention. Corey challenges the owner to a race on the spot, turning appraisal time into pure arcade chaos.
It's a slot car arcade racing game.
And how the hell did you get this through the door without me noticing?
Well, 2 of your guys were nice enough to bring this in.
But they weren't nice enough to help you out, were they?
No, not yet.
Corey loses the race and immediately fires back with playful trash talk that lands perfectly. The whole exchange feels less like business and more like friends clowning each other over bragging rights.
All right, and watch your speed limits there. Second gear, go. All right, speed limits are up a little bit now.
There is some kind of skill to it, though. It's not just holding the joystick down as hard as you can.
No, you're not just mashing the pedal down.
Expert Nick breaks down the arcade game's history, explaining why the original version still outshines this rare prototype. His $2,500 valuation is a reminder that uniqueness doesn't always equal top dollar.
So what can you tell me about it, man?
All right, this is Turbo Drive 2. It was made in 1992 by ICE. Originals were made in 1988. It's hard to find some of the originals now that are working because they have a real bad power supply problem. It's kind of cool to see their attempt at innovating this game.
Corey comes in low at $1,100, blaming the machine's massive footprint and storage headache. The seller caves, admitting Corey caught him in a bind. Pawn shop leverage at its most honest.
I'd give you $1,000 for it.
Well, your guy just said it was worth $2,500.
It's not something I want to sell really fast.
Yeah.
Do I think I could sell it and do I think I can make money on it? Absolutely. Do I think it's going to take some time? So that's my offer, $1,000.
The episode circles back to the mail disaster, with Rick and Corey arguing over a package labeled Richard Harrison. Antoine's deadpan jab about forgetting your own son's name lands like a perfectly timed mic drop, closing the chaos full circle.
What are you gonna give me for it?
It is not the 3rd grade, okay?
He's gonna bust a blood vessel, boss. Just give him his toupee. Don't look like no book I ever seen.
Motorcycle parts.
The episode kicks off with someone realizing their 1-year review is already here, and the whole shop reacts like time just jumped them. The joking back and forth instantly reminds you this place runs more on family energy than corporate vibes, which makes Lily's internship ending feel way more emotional than it should this early.
Hey everybody, I have some news.
Not pregnant, are you?
No. Jeez. Anyway, my 1-year review's up.
It's been a year already?
Yep.
No way.
Yeah.
Well, it's been great.
Thanks.
We'll fill out your paperwork.
Give it to me. I'll
Right.
make sure it gets done.
Thank you.
Rick slides in with his signature monologue about family, business, and the chaos of the unknown front door. It's basically the Pawn Star's mission statement and a clear signal that the warm-up banter is over and the real action is about to start.
What do we have here?
This is a Pony Express Bible.
Okay, so it's a quick read?
Quick read. Nothing to it at all.
A seller walks in holding what he claims is a Pony Express Bible from 1859, one of only 300, and he's shooting for a $5,000 payday. Corey immediately pokes holes in the story, because why would a rider haul extra weight? And you can feel the tension between hope and doubt spark instantly.
Very cool. Where did you get this?
I got a friend of mine that cleans up after estate sales, and so he gave me a call when he had a box of old books, and this was in it.
Corey, check this out.
What is it?
It's a Pony Express Bible.
Things get shaky when the seller admits his research led him to totally different answers from a museum and an auction house. The second he says he doesn't know what to believe, every internal alarm in the shop starts going off.
I have, and I've got some conflicting information. The Museum of Biblical Art had an exhibit where it featured one of these. In their article, it stated that it was one of the original Pony Express Bibles, but then I talked to a guy at a pretty prominent auction company that told me a different story.
The focus shifts to Lily's performance review, where Rick highlights her reliability and how quickly she picked things up. Chumlee follows with a compliment that somehow turns into a self-burn, perfectly capturing the shop's chaotic charm.
All right, you've been here for a year. I think you've done great. You're a fast learner, you show up at work on time. You're gonna do well in life.
Thank you.
Lily has been working here for the past year, earning credit as a college intern. She's been great, but her days as an intern are over.
Rick flips the moment into something bigger by offering Lily a paid part-time job now that her internship is ending. Her stunned reaction is priceless. And of course, Chumlee immediately ruins the sweetness with a joke about her failing.
Because you're still in college and you probably need the money.
You guys are gonna pay me now?
I can't have you work here for free forever, so.
Yeah, no, that'd be great. Thank you.
Here's your paperwork. Obviously you failed.
Okay.
Word to your mother.
Expert Rebecca arrives and resets the entire story, explaining the Bible isn't officially Pony Express but tied to the Overland Mail Company. Her breakdown adds real historical depth, while Corey's perfectly timed joke keeps it from getting too serious.
The 12 known that you're thinking that's a 1960 census. There have been a few discovered since then. That doesn't mean that they're not super rare. An actual Pony Express Bible is pretty rare. There are definitely more than a dozen institutions, a few floating around private collections. Really hard to find.
Then comes the curveball. Rebecca values the damaged Bible at $6,000 to $7,000. Rick's shock is pure comedy because this just went from probably nothing to very real money in seconds.
It's still part of the American West, and there weren't that many of these. It's not a surprise that it's kind of destroyed.
All right, you're the best.
Yep.
I had no idea this thing would be worth that much, especially when it's not actually a Pony Express Bible.
Negotiations kick off with the seller holding firm to his $5,000 goal, while Rick pushes back hard. They settle at $3,000, and both sides walk away looking like they pulled off a win.
I really want $5 grand for it.
I'm not gonna do $5 grand.
What will you do?
2,500.
Yeah, I can't take 2,500.
It's gonna sit for a while. I mean, you gotta find the right customer. 99.9% of the people in the population don't have that kind of money to spend on a book.
Now officially paid, Lily immediately gets put to work polishing silver thanks to Chumlee. Rick catches it and looks exhausted, realizing Chumlee never wastes an opportunity to overstep.
Doesn't seem like something I should be doing. I don't even know how to polish silver.
You'll learn, trust me, this is what Rick wants. I'm really glad Lily got hired at the shop. I felt a little bit guilty asking too much of an intern, but now that she's getting a paycheck, all bets are off.
Rick then catches the guys casually throwing a ball around inside the shop like it's recess. Chumlee's explanation makes absolutely no sense, and Rick shuts it down before something inevitably breaks.
So did you get that silver polished?
It should be just about done.
Okay, now I see why you were all upset Lily was gonna leave.
Yeah, Lily helps me out around here. It's no secret.
Okay, you are not her boss.
I know.
You do not tell her anything to do. Corey does.
The tone shifts fast when a rabbi brings in a World War II poster exposing Nazi atrocities in Czechoslovakia. Rick reading the text aloud is chilling, and the reminder about remembering history lands heavy.
This is an original poster depicting the Nazi brutality.
That is, hold on. All the men of Leipzig, Czechoslovakia have been shot. The women deported to a concentration camp. The children sent to appropriate centers. The name of the village was immediately abolished.
After expert Mark Hall Patton confirms the poster's importance, Corey offers $1,500 without hesitation. The quick agreement and respectful handshake make this one of the most serious grounded deals of the episode.
$2,000, $2,200 out of it if we sold it.
Will you take $1,500 for it?
Yes, I will.
Good deal, man. Thank you. Thanks for bringing it up.
Thank you, buddy. Come with me and I'll race you up.
Okay.
Good to see you again.
We don't even make it to the front door before chaos erupts. The old man parks like the lines personally offended him. Rick mocks senior drivers, the old man fires back with statistics, and Corey basically suggests believing the news should cancel your license. Peak family dysfunction from second one.
The reason we have those white lines in the parking lot, we're supposed to park between them, not on them.
Look, my damn parking lot, I'll park where I want to.
Okay, Dad, you're the person who gives old drivers a bad rap.
Out of nowhere, a Holy Grail rock relic appears, a 1965 Danelectro bass connected to John Entwistle of The Who. Rick is visibly starstruck and trying way too hard to look cool, which Corey immediately destroys, right before the seller casually drops a $50,000 price tag.
So what do we have here?
I have a 1965 Danelectro Longhorn bass owned by John Entwistle of The Who.
Seriously?
One of his first basses that he ever owned.
That is amazing.
Then comes the fine print. Entwistle tried recording My Generation with this bass, but abandoned it after repeatedly snapping strings. Rick notices a Sotheby's tag from the 2003 estate sale, helping provenance, but without proof it hit the stage or studio. The value is suddenly shaky.
What's up with the Sotheby's tag? Is that where you got it?
Sotheby's auction at John's estate sale on May 13th, 2003. It's listed in the Sotheby's catalog.
All right. It's definitely cool, man. How much do you want for it?
$50,000.
Hard pivot into pure weirdness. A 1968 Nixon paper dress that Rick has never seen before. Jokes fly. A spot-on, I am not a crook impression happens. And somehow this extremely flammable campaign outfit survived decades folded neatly in a dresser.
Well, it is actually a 1968 Nixon campaign paper dress.
I've seen the paper dress. I have never seen a Nixon paper dress.
They were discontinued after a while because there were so many fire hazards, actually.
Oh, well, no, just imagine getting caught in a rainstorm.
Yeah.
She asks for $1,600 and Rick immediately brings reality crashing in. After sentimental resistance and painfully small counteroffers, they land at $360. And Rick hopes this thing never experiences rain, humidity, or even a strong sneeze.
I was gonna ask you if you would accept $600.
When you get campaign stuff like this, it really depends on how popular the president is now. If you had a Kennedy dress, it would go for more.
They didn't make Kennedy dresses, they made Nixon dresses.
Bass expert Jesse steps in and calmly obliterates the $50,000 dream, explaining Danelectros were beginner to mid-level instruments. Even with Entwistle ownership, the value cap's around $10,000 to $15,000, which is a brutal reality check.
You probably wouldn't see a lot of wear on John stuff, you know, and he held his hands like this. He wasn't a guy that was like a guitar player slamming his arm through it.
Okay.
I mean, we can plug it in, make sure everything works if you want.
Rick relays the estimate and offers $10,000, but the seller can't let go. He insists $30,000 is the minimum because his wife will literally move back to Texas if he takes less, turning this into a high-stakes marital standoff.
When you first told me, you know, you wanted 50, I had my doubts, but it was The Who, and I was thinking maybe there was something special. But I would give you 10 grand for it. That would be the top dollar.
Concern shifts to safety when Rick realizes his dad can't read something 6 inches from his face. The old man insists the DMV cleared him, then explains a blinking red light involves waiting 30 seconds, which sends Rick straight into panic mode.
You know you shouldn't be driving.
I can drive, son.
You can't even park. What do you mean you could drive?
I am a great driver.
Dad, you drive down the road by braille. Little bumps on the side of the road. Bump, 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 bump.
I haven't had a wreck in over 20 years.
Cue the driving test in a vacant lot with cones and Chumlee acting as guidance, which the old man immediately rejects. He claims NASCAR potential, takes off driving, and the guys start placing bets like, this is a sporting event.
Okay, Dad, I just want you to drive around here, in and out the cones, don't knock any over.
This is stupid.
I just want to see if you can do it, all right?
Watch Chumlee on some of them.
I'm there to guide you.
Chumlee, I want to avoid you.
Cones start falling immediately as Rick watches in horror. The old man insists he did great, then reveals he was aiming for the cones with Chumlee's face, calling it target practice, which is both hilarious and terrifying.
What the hell is he doing?
I think he's... Oh!
He stopped? He's backing up.
This is definitely a fail.
Redemption rolls in on 2 wheels with a 1940 Indian Chief motorcycle and sidecar tied to World War II history. Corey lights up instantly as the seller explains the bike's wartime journey and that the sale is funding his daughter's college.
Oh, this is it, huh? It's nice.
Thank you.
Tell me what you got.
We got a 1940 Indian Chief with sidecar, World War II veteran.
This is really cool.
You ought to pick this thing up, Corey. You can take your G.I. Joes for a ride.
Expert Chris test rides it with Corey stuffed into the sidecar and confirms it runs beautifully. After tense math and biker temptation, Corey agrees to $40,000. Education funded, motorcycle saved, impulse satisfied.
You look like a sidecar kind of guy.
Oh, that's how my first kid was born, in a sidecar. So why'd you bring me down here, man? This thing's beautiful.
I need to know what it's worth.
Before I give a price, I mean, I'd like to take a ride in it, see how the suspension is in that sidecar.
The episode closes exactly where it began, parking warfare. The old man parks perfectly in Rick's spot to prove a point, claims ownership because there's no name on it, and Corey encourages the chaos like a true instigator.
Can you tell me why you parked in my parking spot?
I wanted to show you that I'm a good driver, so I parked directly between the 2 lines. If you go out there and measure, there's not an inch difference between each side of the line.
You're in my spot.
A 1910 envelope sealer hits the counter, and Rick immediately spirals into jokes about some poor soul-licking envelopes until their jaw quits. The seller grabbed it at an estate sale and wants $400 as a birthday surprise, while Rick geeks out over the gold leaf details and explains how this cutting-edge gadget eventually evolved into today's lightning-fast mail machines.
This is a Reynolds envelope sealer.
Can you imagine if you worked for the power company, licking closed, a few thousand power bills a day? You go home like,
The haggling kicks off with her firm at $400 and Rick gently bursting that bubble, calling it more eye candy than office gold. After a painfully slow back and forth, they land at $130. Rick caves with mock heroics, and she accepts mostly because she doesn't want to lug it back home.
This is really neat. This is something that definitely made a company's business easier. When this thing was in proper working order and you had a great operator who was doing 50 to 100 envelopes a minute.
Next up is a 1942 Moby Dick comic, which the seller bought for his book-loving dad, who immediately dismissed it as just a comic. Corey drops an Ishmael joke, the seller spoils the ending, and suddenly this illustrated whale tale becomes a nostalgic bridge between classic literature and kid-friendly reading.
Moby Dick in the form of a comic book.
Absolutely. It's an original from 1942.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
The story about Free Willy.
Well, you can call me Ishmael if you'd like.
Comic expert Paul steps in and confirms it's a true first edition thanks to the 10-cent price tag. And even better, it includes a rare editor's letter variant. Despite some wear and a stain, the colors pop, and Paul pegs it around $550, putting the seller's $600 hope firmly within reality.
So what do you want to do with it?
I'm trying to sell it.
All right, and what are you looking to get for it?
About $600.
I got a few questions before I fork out that kind of money, but If you have a little bit of time to hang out, I can call a buddy down and he can evaluate the comic for us.
That'd be great.
Negotiations heat up fast, with the seller dropping to $500 and Corey firing back at $350 to protect his margin. They settle at $375, leaving both sides smiling. Dad gets a proper whaling book and Corey scores a niche collectible with real history.
Well, I know you're gonna need a little bit of room, so 500.
I gotta take all the risk of someone handling it and selling it and 100 different people looking at it. Would you go 350 on it?
I'd be much happier at 450.
Rick heads to a casino to reunite with the Sigma Derby horse racing machine, instantly flashing back to all-night 80s gambling sessions. Derek calls it a community slot, explains the 10-player setup, and swears your first Vegas bet on it brings good luck.
Here it is. This was like the coolest thing in the world back in the 80s. Me and my buddies used to play this thing all night long. You know, it's not like a...
Can I borrow a couple bucks?
You got hundreds.
That'll do.
When Derek drops an $80,000 asking price, Rick freezes and immediately calls for backup. While Derek proudly shows off the machine's condition, Chumlee ignores all logic and starts playing, claiming he's cracked the code as Rick begs him to stop taking it seriously.
So you thinking about selling it, maybe?
You know, we've had it up here a couple years. I've loved this game, but I'm open.
Okay. How much you want for it?
This thing's pretty special. I probably need about 80,000.
Back at the shop, a customer reveals a dollar bill signed by both Ronald Reagan and Walt Disney, claiming it dates back to the early Disneyland days. Corey notes the Red Scare irony, squints at the faded signatures, and wisely calls an expert before even thinking about numbers.
And I know it looks old, but it's still just worth $1.
But this one's signed by former President Ronald Reagan and Walt Disney.
Oh, wow. Sorry about that.
Slot machine expert Nick explains Sigma Derby's rise and fall, hugely popular, constantly broken, and nearly extinct today. While unrestored units can dip low, this fully working beauty tops out around $40,000, and Nick refuses to help Rick win because cheating is still cheating.
So what do you think?
I like it. Let me tell you a little bit about the machine. Sigma was created by Katsuki Manabe back in the 60s, and he learned quickly to compete in the slot machine industry, you need to make machines that are not like everybody else is making.
Rick breaks the bad news to Derek. The numbers aren't even close to $80,000, so there's no offer coming. Sentimental value wins, Chumlee keeps playing, and Rick threatens to leave him behind as the machine completely hijacks the moment.
So how much did you want for this thing?
You know, for me, I needed 80.
That's not gonna happen. Well, I guess I can't make you an offer. There's just no money here. Well, thanks, man. Thanks for showing it to me.
Thanks.
Brings back memories. Come on, chum.
Signature expert Steve dives into the dollar bill, pointing out Reagan's lazy lettering and Disney's flowing autograph with total confidence. Despite wear and creases, he declares both signatures unquestionably real, turning an odd bill into a genuinely rare artifact.
I'm assuming they had to be in the same place at the same time, and a guy had a dollar bill in his pocket.
That's usually the most common thing, like especially back in 40s, 50s, 60s. People say, hey, what do I have in my pocket? Money. So they get you sent a dollar bill, sometimes, you know, a $100 bill. It depends how you roll.
Steve values the bill at $3,000 due to condition, and Corey responds with an $1,800 offer that slowly climbs to $2,200. The seller walks, convinced it's worth more, proving once again that belief and market reality don't always shake hands.
Okay, with that said, condition's not great on this piece, but I still think it's pretty unique. To have the two of them together, I'd put this value right at about $3,000.
The episode closes with Chumlee bragging about winning on Sigma Derby, using Rick's quarters, of course. Rick fires back with jockey jokes and lands the final blow by complimenting Chum's really shiny head, ending the episode on a perfectly petty note.
You mean you won my money?
I lost that $100.
Let me get this straight. You lost my money, but you won your money.
Yeah, when I put up another 20, it went crazy.